Hello, 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 Are we live? 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 We are live. 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 Sorry. Hello everyone. I'm Gladiator Vale. This is Gladiator Angela. We've just come back from a long walk. How are you? Here it's getting harder and harder every day, and next week it's gonna be pretty. The heat is gonna be turning up. I'm gonna have to fix and find a solution for it. Otherwise I'm gonna melt. The computer's gonna melt. Everything is gonna go. Every piece of technology is gonna melt. I hope you're okay. It's been a tough week, but we've made it through. We hope to continue doing more stuff. Thanks to a co-worker, I was able to finish some grocery shopping because I still need to fix the bike, the display. Thankfully, I'm receiving the warranty for the electrical pieces. It's still on because it has less than a year, and it's my only vehicle. It's pretty tough, but we're making it do. I could usually go by train. I don't mind. It's pretty fine, but I don't mind. It's just that working in the morning, it's too tiring. One person, so can't make it do what we can do. So, where do we left off? Where did we leave off? Were we reading some codex? No? Combat mastery? Okay. Journal. We got Zahid's mission, assemble a team, rendezvous Kasumi, go to the Citadel for the Council, travel to Chorus, travel to Purgatory, Archangel, deliver to Datapad, find the ingredients in the Citadel, travel to Ait, for the Firewalker, and travel to Valkyra. Kinda wanna do the Normandy crash site. I feel like that would be like a good thing. But we should also do the Omega Datapad for Arya, since we're already here. Let's start by hey. What's up, potato? I tired her out. It was a long walk. Let's listen to some. While I hydrate myself, let's listen to a little bit of this.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. they can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors. The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians, are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Solarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Solarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later. Solarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on. Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other 2 races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the 2 species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
Cool.
The Asari were
relations. Okay, what else do we wanna... Do you wanna finish the aliens?
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Okay.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, The Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space. Living beyond the Omega-4 mass relay in the Terminus systems, the mysterious Collectors species is glimpsed so rarely as to be taken for a myth by most in galactic society. In reality, Collectors are human-sized insectoid bipeds and can resemble massive winged beetles. They are a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Collectors generate permanent stasis fields around themselves, creating nightmarish red-shifted energy fields. In battle, they hold position whenever possible, relying on their aggressive biotics and nearly limitless power. Several types of bipedal Collectors have been identified, including minions, defenders, zealots, assassins, and artillery operators. Acting together, Collectors have imprisoned entire cities in stasis. While no definite forensic accounting exists to explain the fate of those imprisoned, leading speculation is that victims are harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing.
Nice. Sheesh. We all know the truths about the Collectors, don't we?
The Elcor are a Citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and subvocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys. The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems. The Hanar are a Citadel species known for excessive politeness. They speak with scrupulous precision and take offense at improper language. Hanar that expect to deal with other species take special courses to help them unlearn their tendency to take offense at improper speech. All Hanar have 2 names. The face name is known to the world. The soul name is kept for use among close friends and relations. Hanar never refer to themselves in the first person in conversation with someone they know on a face name basis. To do so is considered egotistical, so instead they refer to themselves as this one, or the impersonal it. Their homeworld, Kaje, has 90% ocean cover and orbits an energetic white star, resulting in a permanent blanket of cloud. Due to the presence of Prothean ruins on the world, many Hanar worship them, and Hanar myths often speak of an elder race that civilized them by teaching them language. The Krogan evolved in a hostile and vicious environment. Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, eaten by predators was still the #1 cause of Krogan fatalities. Afterwards, it was death by gunshot. When the Solarians discovered them, the Krogan were a brutal, primitive species, struggling to survive a self-inflicted nuclear winter. The Solarians culturally uplifted them, teaching them to use and build modern technology, so they could serve as soldiers in the Rachni War. Liberated from the harsh conditions of their homeworld, the quick-breeding Krogan experienced an unprecedented population explosion. They began to colonize nearby worlds. Even though these worlds were already inhabited, the Krogan rebellions lasted nearly a century, only ending when the Turians unleashed the genophage, a Solarian-developed bioweapon that crushed all Krogan resistance. The genophage makes only 1 in 1,000 pregnancies viable, and today the Krogan are a slowly dying breed.
It's missing piece. Understandably, the Krogan harbor a grudge against all other species, especially the Turians.
Driven from their home system by the Geth nearly 3 centuries ago, most Quarians now live aboard the Migrant Fleet, a flotilla of 50,000 vessels ranging in size from passenger shuttles to mobile space stations. Home to 17 million Quarians, the flotilla understandably has scarce resources. Because of this, each Quarian must go on a rite of passage known as the pilgrimage when they come of age. They leave the fleet and only return once they have found something of value they can bring back to their people. Other species tend to look down on the Quarians for creating the Geth, and for the negative impact their fleet has when it enters a system. This has led to many myths and rumors about the Quarians, including the belief that underneath their clothes and breathing masks, they are actually cybernetic creatures, a combination of organic and synthetic parts.
Nah.
A myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars. Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures.
Aye, aye.
The Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy,
So much codex.
but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Erun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open. Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy. Although they resemble a mammal-reptile cross, the Vorcha have no terrestrial analog. They are humanoid in form, but Vorcha have clusters of non-differentiated neoblast cells, like those of Earth's planarian worms. Damaged Vorcha cells mature into specialized structures to alleviate injury or stress. Transformations include thicker skin following injury, lung adaptation for barely breathable atmospheres, and stronger cardioskeletal muscle under high gravity. Skull capacity and brain size do not change, and Vorcha rarely make more than one somatic overhaul. Vorcha assault each other frequently, causing their young to gain strength, intelligence, and resilience. As a result, Vorcha see inflicting and receiving pain as normal communication. Few Vorcha study professions, in part because their average life expectancy is only 20 years. Because Vorcha can eat and breathe nearly anything, they can live almost anywhere. But racism prevents them from integrating into most societies that dismiss them as vermin. They have few employment options beyond Krogan mercenary bands.
It's too bad, man. Racism. Okay. We've read enough codex for now. We've listened to enough codex for now. I kind of want to read want to read this, but maybe later throughout the game. Let's see if we can investigate something. Okay. Microfield Pulsar. Weapon upgrade. Squad bonus plus 10% submachine gun damage. Upgrades the submachine guns of your entire squad. This upgrade improves a weapon's mass effect field generator, increasing the velocity of each slug fired. Yay. Medical upgrade. Medical capacity increased by 2. All modern combat armor incorporates a first aid interface. Microprocessors in this interface monitor vital functions and release a small localized dose of Medigel to accelerate the healing process. Manually timed heavy doses of medical Medigel can be released in response to major trauma. However, the efficiency of this is dependent on proprietary medical software that cannot be copied and is prohibitively expensive. Cerberus has developed its own software and is actively working to improve its efficiency. Upgrade. Attack damage. Oh, trauma model. Whoa. ME2 upgrade. Squad bonus plus 10% tech power damage. Standard Omni tools are calibrated with wide neural input tolerance range, so they can be used effectively by any race. By tuning the inputs of the Omni tool to match the specific neural patterns of the user, responsiveness and power can be greatly increased. Once tuned in this manner, the Omni tool is almost unusable by anyone but the wearer, and it must be constantly recalibrated to subtle neural shifts. Ooh. Trauma module. Medical upgrade. Unity heals your squad to full health. A standard first aid interface can stabilize a badly wounded soldier, preventing death from all but the most serious wounds. The base technology, however, is ineffective on conscious soldiers who are currently taking fire, as each pain signal resets the process. Sorry. At the end of the week, super tired. A trauma module separates the Medigel administration into 2 layers, active and passive. The active layer constantly distributes small amounts of Medigel to fresh wound sites. The passive layer handles major deployments to incapacitating wounds. When large amounts of Medigel are deployed to incapacitated squad members, fighting members are also healed. That's a lot of platinum. We're doing the research. Yes. It's a good research. Whoa. Prototypes. Let's do the ones that don't require too much. Let's do, yes, the M22 Eviscerator shotgun. The Lieberschaft 2180 shotgun or Eviscerator is a human-sized civilian design and has unique ammunition generator. Where most modern firearms shave off chips or pellets from an ammunition block, the M22 shaves off serrated metal wedges designed to fly aerodynamically. This dramatically improves its armor-piercing capabilities, and its tight grouping helps wound ballistics at longer ranges than standard shotguns. This design also violates several intergalactic weapons treaties, so the M22 is not distributed to militaries. But we can use it? Okay. But we can use it. Heavy weapon upgrade. Plus 15 heavy ammo capacity. The power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but it can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow standard power cells to yield more shots per power cell and allow far more total shots to be fired. Yes. Ooh. Iridium. Can we we do both? Okay, you can do both. Rapid fire missile launcher with seeking projectiles. I love this one. Effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. Missile launchers are surfacing with increasing frequency among the terminus systems, mercenary bands, but their origin is unknown. Each projectile features a friendly or foe recognition system, ensuring it will find a hostile target, though not necessarily the one in the crosshairs. In urban situations, it is useful for taking out snipers and other entrenched enemies, so it is popular with Blue Sun's mercenary band. It is nearly impossible to duplicate as it uses fabrication rights management FRM technology. Military stuff. Okay, we do this one. Built specifically for servers of field officers. The Inferno armor has a VI dedicated to recognizing signs of stress and medical trauma. This application helps assess soldiers but can be useful in any high-risk situations. The Inferno's microframe computer also manages biotic amp and non-tool power, and microservos help the wearer's movements to counteract the armor's weight. Negotiation bonus plus 10%. Attack and biotic power damage plus 10%. Storm speed plus 10%. Pretty good. Oh, this requires way too much. Don't have that. We can do both. Cerberus assault armor is designed for shock troops, who are expected to turn the tide of battle against creatures or forces that would decimate normal soldiers. The troops demanded 3 things in its design: shields and armor thick enough to last against a superior foe, and a rechargeable pack to extend a heavy weapon power cell. The only drawback of the armor is its weight, which the troops carry as a point of pride. They have a saying, out of shape going in shape coming out. Increases heavy weapon carry, heavy weapon hammer capacity by 10%, increases shields and health by 10%. Pretty good. Collector assault rifle. The Collector's main weapon uses the same principle as a human assault rifle, but its organic components clearly set it apart. Its power source seems to be an internal organ with biotic capacitance. Its ammunition resembles pellets of metallic enamel that strip shields off enemies with deadly efficiency. What's up, Mordin?
Shepard, how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, would like that, actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying genophage. Wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds. Need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on genophage was more than just study.
What did you do?
What was the Special Task Group doing with the Krogan genophage?
Study at first, as I said, but uncovered surprising data. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to genophage, overcoming disease.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
Maybe they were just having a lucky year. Or fewer mercs left, meaning more Krogan were left to repopulate.
Please, Shepard. Social environmental concerns accounted for. Not an undergraduate. Population spike caused by adaptation to genophage. No other possibility.
The genophage was a terrible mistake. It nearly destroyed the Krogan and their culture. Now they have a chance to recover.
Naive viewpoint. Krogan too dangerous to allow unchecked birth rate. Look at Krogan rebellions.
They haven't
Personally
changed.
led a science
They
team.
haven't
Geneticists,
evolved
chemists,
mentally and
sociologists,
emotionally.
mathematicians. Created new version of genophage. Released it onto Chanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified genophage offered best outcome. stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide, or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy, Krogan included.
If the Krogan are so dangerous, why not just sterilize them outright?
Not a war criminal, not a murderer, genocide unnecessary. Krogan as a whole, violent, aggressive, still have outliers, worth saving. Genophage modification protected galaxy, allowed Krogan chance to survive. Everyone wins. Good for us, good for them.
Well, I don't think they would see it that way.
How did you distribute the modified genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
If the Krogan are so dangerous, why
Not a
not
war
just-
criminal. Krogan. Genophage modification protected galaxy, allowed Krogan
How did your
chance to-
genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
Man, engineering of any kind, it's so fascinating as it is dangerous. To not understand that every time we meddle with something, we create something unaccounted for. And every time we find something unaccounted for, it's most likely that other people will take the brunt of that consequence, just in every area of life, than it should be, other than instead of the people that made that change or that meddling. Whether it was something incredibly valuable like discovery of penicillin, whether it was the invention of psychology as we know it in modern terms, whether every aspect of every area that is created, sometimes it's far broader. It has a broader range than perhaps it is understood, even though it is understood enough to make steps to create a system for that implementation, for that development to take place. Although as a species, as not being united as a species, there's a lot more attrition than there should be with each other to make sure that we can all take care of each other equally. But that equality is not everybody gets the same things, because everybody needs different things. Some people may need more help physically, some people may need more help emotionally in certain area of emotional expression or introspection. Some other people need more in the mental stability, whether it is connected to physiology, so diet, sleep cycle, and whatnot. Like, we all need different things, and as life takes hold, that as we move forward, as our cells grow, degenerate, as they go through the cycle of life, there are different variants of things that come up throughout life. And there should be a system overall for us humanity, speaking of living beings, but the planet as a whole, even up for rocks, to have implementation to not generate artificial or attrition that it's overly preventing taking steps forward. I don't know if that makes sense. Like creating trauma for somebody, or making, I don't know, halting someone's development that the person cannot outgrow or cannot move out of, so they can continue the journey, creates an artificial avenue to which maybe that life is not living itself anymore. It is living in this pattern that somebody else created, that is for somebody else's wants, desires, whatnot, mental that they wanna gain in these power dynamics and stuff, or business wise, money, whatever it is, house, family, marriage, whatever it is, the dynamic. It's very unfortunate, and this is like the rise of so many issues that we have today, because that is not understood, and there's this cycle that keeps on being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. There's nowhere to go but downhill. It's not like you can resolve that problem walking the same cycle. It's gonna generate the same thing, and that's like what is not understood, that somebody thinks that they would have to give up a seat of power. Yeah, like there's this notion, because the overall system is not in a healthy state. There's a lot of ego, and there's a lot of things that are not in a healthy space. It's not lack of conflict, or it's not lack of pain, or it's not lack of bad stuff happening. There's already like hurricanes, there's already all sorts of stuff that nature throws our way that we need to deal with. What I perceive and feel and have been through, like the artificialization of problems, is that somebody else's design then just oversteps and overrides our own. And it's a deep struggle, because we're not all equally believed, we're not all equally worthy, we're not equally developed, we're not equally taken care of. We're not equally supported, we're not equally rested, we're not equally fed, and so forth, from outside and inside, and whatever point of view there is to make. And this creates a lot of issues. It is kind of like the standing of diversity too, but a lot of that diversity is about someone's birth. It's not about situational circumstances, whether it's a war zone, whether it's turning to crime, whether it's military, or whether it's a family, getting married, having kids. It's about like the individual's right to be here, as not a choice, but as a right of birth. Let's say we are all worth equally because we are born. That is not the case in practice, because systems, it's more like somebody's feelings hundreds of years ago really decided we're superior for this or that, like we deserve more for this or that, we want money for this or that, we want more standing for this or that. And this is the modern time, is a hyper consequential historical events. There still keeps going somebody that lived like hundreds of years ago, and that said something or wrote some things, or a law, a ruler, a dictator, I don't know, a military person, a politician, whoever that was, a scientist, that we still live with today. There's a lot of great and good stuff that it's amazing what we've developed throughout the thousands of years that we've been on this planet. It's fascinating how many people were able to create things, to develop things, to physically make things, the logistics of everything. It's so fascinating. what we lose a lot of terrain on is communication, effective and honestly available communication, social settings, that there's a big discrepancy where somebody with certain skills that adds a huge upper hand that is not equalized in the context of everybody's worth the same because we are born. Hence the consequences. I'm making it too complicated. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. I'm using too much of like verbosity to say this, but perhaps the only way I can verbalize it. Then it becomes about social standing, people who think they're better than others, childhood trauma. You know, it's not anything that is real of like everybody has different skill sets that can be appropriately used to make that person competent in an area and more various areas, both personally for the individual's growth and for the communal standing and well-being of others that can contribute, whether it is, I don't know, plumbing, whether it is road maintenance, whether it is material assembling, whether it's research, I don't know, finding materials that are easier, that are not like solar panels, that, you know, whatever it is, recycling, whatever it is. Someone who is more apt to be a parent and has very, very good skill set to be effectively able to be a healthy parent, have a healthy parenting dynamic. Whether there is somebody who has a more spiritual wisdom, let's say, to help with like inner struggles. Whether there's so many, and nowadays it's like everybody finds the way anyway, because we have so many people, and thanks to YouTube and thanks to like the wide variety of internet across the board and globalization kind of across the board, we're kind of more becoming aware of like so many people who have competence in certain areas. There's also like the other hand that anybody can say anything, and in our curiosity and our wanting to believe and to listen, we can be taken, we are very malleable as we can be, as we are strong. It's like a diamond, you know, it's very strong, but it's also very fragile. You know, we're very malleable and we can be manipulated or took astray, just like I was saying before, in somebody else's that wants it to be bigger, that it's not holding their own space, but they're taking over other people's space. And in the times, and that's kind of explains a lot of today's times, the desperation, not be able to feed ourselves, not be able to go grocery shopping, you know, just the pricing of things and all of these systems that are consequential to this. Personally, I believe that anything that is necessary to our physical survival should not be under monetary distribution. It's not a business. Water, food, shelter, it's not a business. It's a human necessity. Like, we need certain things to take care of ourselves. To make that a business, you are already asking a baby to make money, and that's like impossible. So if they cannot make money, you're creating a debt, or you're overexerting the parents who already have to make that for themselves. Now they have to make it for a new life, and their willingness to be parents, and they may or may not have, it's not about having money, okay? It's about having the capacity. Like, it's bigger than money, and it creates further and further attrition. So people who have a lot of money, they will make more money. People who have struggled to make money, they will struggle more to make money. And that is just a growing extremes out of this difficulty that is not okay. Because if everybody would have the basics, right? Everybody has different, let's make an example. Everybody has different interests in foods, everybody has different cultures and different location, geological location where certain foods are more available than others, etc., etc., etc. Or people, I don't know, more people like salty things, some more people like sweet things, you know, whatever it is. Some people like certain kind of pie or cake, or some people like pasta, or I don't know. There's a soup, or you know, there's such variety, and it's amazing, it's brilliant how many things developed. Every chef, everybody who cooks, it's amazing. Respect. But the basics of what we need to stay fed is individual for everybody, because everybody has a different metabolism, because everybody has a different lifestyle and or genetic tendency already, and that may or may not change based on the environment and the logistics. Let's say maybe you have a slow metabolism, you start running every day, that metabolism changes, or you overexerting yourself, you're too stressed out and the metabolism change. There's all sorts of variety of things that are not explained to us whatsoever, and it creates furthermore strife for the mental well-being when you're like, you don't know what's going on, and suddenly you're having health issues that you don't know. Talking about personal experience, that may generate from other things that then are consequences of other things. You go like, where is the beginning of everything? The investigation is tough. So like, because there's always gonna be somebody wanting to have the upper hand, so there's always gonna be a life that's not gonna live in its own space. It's gonna be forced to live in somebody else's space, and that is kind of abusive and artificially engineering survivalism and desperation, and this concept of having bosses, CEOs, government officials, cops, or whatnot, that if not competent enough as human beings, they will cause strife because they have the upper hand. And it's a whole domino of things. And we can all be like, it's not about perfection, it's not about competence. Only competent people should be, well, I would hope that everybody would want that. Wouldn't you want a doctor to be competent enough? And it's not like every doctor can be competent in exactly the same way, because they're different people, and that's the beauty of it. Because we can have a wide variety of competence. We don't need like the same, like you're a doctor, there's only one way to be competent as a doctor. You know, just there's so many areas of specialization already. I took the one topic. There's so many areas of specialization of doctors. Somebody who's about the eyes, somebody who's about the immune system, somebody, you know, and you know, I would love that they would communicate more between each other, because everything affects other areas, especially, you know, the psychological, mental and emotional state. And vice versa. Like the emotional and mental state can affect the physiology, and the physiology can affect the, especially hormones and all stuff like that. What we eat, what we drink, the environment, the air that we breathe, everything affects us in all sorts of ways, in great ways. But for some people they may be healthy, then for some other people the environment is not healthy at all. And it cannot be left to the individual then to be accused of like, you should have known that this is not for you, or start accusing people left and right. It's nonsensical. It's nonsensical. So in this case, now more specifically, without just going off into my existential space, universe, labyrinth, in this case, like hyper-intelligence of Mordin, let's say, part of the Solarian, to create the genophage, because the Krogan evolution it allowed them to be super resilient and physically the physical prowess of warriors, and that's what they know how to do. That's what they know best. That's their competence. What they lacked, though, is the idea of taking care. Warriors they can be protectors, but they can also be destroyers. And it's not about if you're a destroyer, then you're evil, and if you're a protector, you're good. There's also, this good and evil thing. It's a whole nother parenthesis. It depends. It depends on many factors. You can be a protector and be evil. There's also some varieties of things. It's rarer because it takes specific circumstances. Anyway, the Krogans that did not see them, they saw themselves as conquerors because they are more physically proud. They did not see the benefits of diversity. They did not see the benefits of different kinds of competence. They just oversee the supremacy of physical prowess as their optos competence. So they're conquering and going to conquer other worlds and other species as seen as a rightful thing to do. And of course, the obvious reply of the other species would be like, that's not the case. What are you talking about? Despite then other species, kind of like Mordin, this idea of intellectual superiority that kind of stands point of view of like that that thing that he says that may be very off-putting, because in his competence, like the intellectual prowess, then everybody is stupider. So there's this superiority of like over intellectual competence. And there's also, every species that they wrote in kind of has this very humanly relatable aspects in different parts. But then other species are like, well, what are you talking about? What supremacy are you talking about? Like, no. And with having numbers and being very resilient, the only way to get to them is from the inside. So creating a genophage of like something that goes inside them that prevents them from growing them in numbers. In consequence of that, it further increased some of them, probably the rage and the anger of like, and then also like the guilt and the shame, and created all these compounding things of virility and stuff like that. But perhaps it was inevitable, the inevitability of having very difficult circumstances arise, or very traumatizing effects or actions from others that affect the other species. In this case, it happens to humans as well. There are wars going on at this moment of kind of these topics. What is thought to be the best way to do it in this game. I mean, Mordin's journey is about restoring the possible mistakes that may be repairable, in this case the genophage. When there's an operation like that, for the Krogans, there's probably a lot of resistance to accepting outside help. It's very insular. They probably close themselves off even more, as they're mercs, they're warriors, that's all they know how to do, and they double down on that. Whilst if there is a cooperation with every species that have different kinds of competence, to create like kind of responsibility over how many numbers the Krogan can have, and how to respect that in terms of, if you grow in numbers, you need more space to live, or you need more resources, and there's a very responsibility of like growing numbers and then not having the resources to, and not changing in an evolutionary way, in an evolving, an adaptability kind of way, not changing because it's the mood, it's the new season. You gotta change. We change all the time, but then we also don't in many other ways. We hold on to certain things. And for the Krogan, I think that's, if you relieve the genophage, you also have to have leaders or clans in their own groups to have the capacity to not go on living the same way, because otherwise it's gonna repeat itself. And I don't know which, I think the societal change should become before the scientific cure, so to speak. So you just put the cure out, it's like, we cured it, yay, but then it's like the mental and emotional state, the societal state, the social state did not adapt to that at the same time, or at the pace that they need to have, whether, sometimes things happen too quickly or not quickly enough. And there's out of time, out of step. That also creates a lot of strife, a lot of attrition for us humans, for example. For us humans, not for example us humans. Anyway, tangents upon tangents. I hope it made sense a little bit.
The genophage was a mistake bordering on a war crime.
gone for days,
Recreating it is unforgivable.
Making it too long.
Don't want me on team? Don't bring me. Can stay here, work on collector research. But no apologies. Did what was right. Hope you do the same if necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
Mordin is so intelligent, and having conviction of the choices that you made, knowing full well the consequences if you didn't make that choice, but also recognizing he did not want to go war criminal or genocide or killing a whole species. It's fascinating. It's also very crude and, to fully accept condemning fertility of a whole species or a whole group of people. It could be the same for us. I mean, COVID is kind of an example of all that. And more. Anyway.
Commander, can I help you with something?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
If Mordin's modifications hold up, we've got a shot. If they don't, we're dead. Seems like that was always a strong possibility, though. Anything else, Commander?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander. Cerberus has ranks, but it's not the Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
Relax, Jacob. I'm just interested in what makes you tick.
Anyone else said that, I'd walk away. Most Cerberus people try to play like the elusive man, hiding bullshit behind a smile. But you? I like what I've seen. I'll give you a shot. What do you want to know?
Anyone waiting for you back home?
I agree.
Only child and no extended family.
Jacob is very
Never
limited.
settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
You seem okay with taking a risk on me. Why?
Soldiers like us know how important trust is to the crew. I'm not used to seeing it on a Cerberus ship. Definitely not from people they put in command. But you focus on more than the job. A threat this big, you can't just throw people at it blind. They need inspiration.
There's a lot riding on this, but we can't give up everything.
Not always a choice we get to make. Good to try, though. I gave it my best back in the Alliance. Got labeled a troublemaker. They were always on the lookout for disruptive types. Cerberus isn't any better. They just put more effort into hiding how much they spy on you.
Let them watch. We're not hiding anything.
Wouldn't matter if we were. It's not like they can reel us in. We're handling this, whether they like it or not. Anyway, I should get back to prep. Nice talking to you, Shepard. Let's do it again sometime.
Man, I have so many feelings about this. So it can cause real trauma, like that breach of safety, that breach of security, when somebody is spying on you. It's very tough. I mean, it's personal experience. It's very tough to have to come to terms with that. It's very, very tough. I think the collector rifle is the right. Cerberus command request. Reports tell us you've been operating the Omega Nebula. We'd like you to look into a situation on Lorak, a nearby planet in the Far system. Scan the planet for a base where we believe Eclipse mercs are holding one of our operatives. You should be able to detect the operative's transmitter. Extract the operative. If the operative is beyond rescue, recover any relevant intel that Eclipse may have collected. This is a very delicate matter, Shepard. We trust in your discretion. Secrets. Things are quiet again. Omega Clinic Desk. Commander, I wanted to thank you again for saving me from those Materians. I thought I'd seen the worst of people's anger and fear at Dr. Soul's clinic. I had no idea how much anger his work was keeping in check, how bad it really was. If not for you, I'd be dead. Thank you. The clinic is doing well. You got rid of most of the plague, and I've been able to handle the rest without too much trouble. The Blue Suns keep offering to take over security here. I keep the mercs powered on. I won't make the same mistakes twice. Thanks, Daniel. What do you mean? Oh? We can give it like a better armor. Should we give him a better armor? I don't know. Why do we have different appearances for them?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Already ready to kill him. I'm gonna check on my armor. I don't really like, I like the jacket and thing, but not for Commander Shepard. It feels like weird having me walk around like this. I don't know. Hey, look at these ships. Look at their ships. Something more easy. Okay. Let's see. Something more. Yeah, no, that one not. Should we have this or this? Get the hay back of the pants now. The pants are not good. And This is a good one. This is not really good for us. So let's see. We don't have. Oh, okay, that's 3 versus 3 versus 3. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I'll keep the normal stuff. So loud. The music is so loud. Hey, let's go find Garrus. Hey. Man, still got so many crew members to get. It's already been an hour. It's already been an hour. And we're still on the ship. Okay, can we...
Another colony's gone missing.
Ferris Fields, I heard. That's not far from New Canton. Did your family get back to Earth?
Not yet. My mother-in-law's given us grief. Operative Lawson assures me the transport team will physically drag them away if need be.
Hi, Miranda.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Aye,
Of course, Commander.
Aye.
Did you hear? Another colony went missing. Ferris Fields.
Ferris Fields. Didn't Hadley have a brother stationed there?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty hard.
Hello, my sergeant. Yes, we'll find the main battery. More codex, oh lord.
What's this area of the ship?
The gunnery control station. The ship's batteries are controlled from here. The Combat Information Center operators send targeting information here. The CIC decides who to shoot. Gunnery control decides how to shoot.
And Garrus is in charge of that.
Shepard, need me for something?
Hey, look at your new armor.
Have the Cerberus crewmen given you any trouble?
I think being part of the team that took down Saren got me some points. Everyone I talked to was polite anyway. Don't worry, Commander. We're all working together.
What can you tell me about the Normandy's armaments?
Looks like Cerberus upgraded what the ship carried before. Should have a bit more kick. I still don't like our chances against a collector ship, though. Not unless we upgrade the guns.
Okay.
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
A few, yeah. Here, take a look.
Whoa. We need just a little bit more.
Let me know when you've got the materials for me to upgrade our guns.
Okay.
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems. You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we'd joined up with them sooner.
We haven't joined Cerberus. They're funding our mission. That's all.
I hear Garrus though.
Relax, Shepard. Just a figure of speech. I can't exactly doubt your judgment.
Choices.
Not after I got my own squad killed.
What did your Merc squad do? It didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
It sounds like you were just another gang.
Then I'm saying it wrong. We didn't shake anyone down. No civilian casualties. That was our rule. Every member of my team had lost someone to Omega's gangs. We weren't out to get rich. We were out to make those bastards think twice before murdering someone in the street.
Doesn't sound like you made any friends with the gangs.
I got 3 separate merc bands to work together to take me down. My manager at CSEC would be impressed. It was simple. We'd hit their shipments, disrupt activities, get under their skin, make them angry. They'd come charging right into our well-prepared kill zone, crossfire and snipers, clean and surgical. They never stood a chance.
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
I went back to CSEC after the Normandy was destroyed, but with all the rebuilding at the Citadel, there was too much chaos for me to really help. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch, and there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in, someone to stand up to the local thugs.
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me. Former military operatives, CSEC agents, the usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks Group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not. Not the friendliest guy, but he could hack any system ever built.
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the Mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the Mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. They didn't last long.
Are you sure it was a betrayal? Maybe they took Sidonis out first.
No. I put out feelers with some old contacts. He booked transport off Omega just before the attack. He also cleared out his private accounts before he left. He sold me out and ran.
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that.
I'll be here to help you out.
Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
Yeah. I like your new armor. Yeah. Man. So tough, man. Hello, Dr. Chocolates.
Commander, I very much enjoyed sharing that ice brandy with you. But I hope I wasn't too unprofessional. Brandy goes straight to my head.
It's nice to see you let your hair down.
Guess I hadn't realized how much those feelings needed airing. But I didn't give you much of a chance to vent. So tell me now. What do you think?
Everyone's depending on us. We won't let them down.
They just don't make them like you anymore, Shepard. Well, promise me we'll share a bottle every year. The next one is on me.
Phew. Your Shepard cannot compartmentalize. He can hold everything. Too. He's like a stone. What has been through him? The attacks. Ooh, man. He was able to keep it. Was able to keep it on.
I just heard. The collectors hit the Ferris Fields colony. Everyone's gone.
Shit! We're going to make those dirty buggers pay.
Dirty buggers pay. Aye. So we don't talk directly with Zahid, we just... Oh.
Beauty, isn't it? Pried that off the Krogan warlord, Kazak. Used to run the blood pack out of Omega about 17 years ago. Wasn't even a job. The guy just thought he'd hijack a freighter I was hitchhiking on. Big mistake. I goaded Kazak into one-on-one combat. Took out his legs, grabbed his gun, and killed every blood pack bastard in the room. That was the most beaten Krogan I've ever seen. Kept a helmet to remind me of that pained expression.
Man, he's like taking trophies, huh?
This mission takes me back. So you knew Archangel from before? Interesting. Knew a lot of men taking jobs to kill the son of a bitch. I never saw the point. You and I wanted the same thing. A whole lot of mercs dead. Hell of a sniper, though. kept himself alive with all the mercs in Omega after him. That ain't easy.
Sure ain't.
I was down and out when I found that gun. Jessie was the first weapon I got my hands on. Took her everywhere. She didn't have much punch, but reliable as all hell. She'd already been through a lot by the time I got her. Still, I never had to re-sight her once. Damn good rifle.
That's a heat is a good piece of gun for hire. Alright. I'm thinking about going back to Omega. Let's give the data pad to Arya. Then we'll take a break because I need to refill water and bathroom, and later on Jen needs to eat. With Arya, I'm gonna take Archangel. I'm gonna take Garrus with us. See what Arya says. I'm gonna take both Mordin and Garrus. Let's see what Arya is gonna say. Yeah. I'm gonna take him with me. Well. Wow, look at that collector rifle.
Judging by the quarantine reports, the plague has been completely eradicated, Shepard. I have also run searches for reports on Archangel. The various mercenary groups appear to believe that he is dead.
Works for me.
Oh.
Captain Gavorn, head of the Vorjet Task Force. Got something to report?
I'll just be going.
Keep up the good work.
There's something we need to find out, maybe.
Come on, let me in. Ari's expecting me. Annoyed.
Let's see. Let's get the data pad. To Arya.
Arya has a job she needs doing. You up for some work?
That depends on what Arya has in mind.
Arya's gotten word that some blood-packed mercs plan to kill an old acquaintance of hers. A Krogan named Patriarch. She'd like you to keep that from happening.
What's the Blood Pack's problem with Patriarch?
If you've met Patriarch, you know. He can't keep his damn mouth shut. Some people don't appreciate his stories, especially when he dips into non-fiction.
What's Arya's interest in protecting him?
Patriarch was one of her deadliest enemies back in the old days. Now she keeps what's left of him around as a trophy. As long as he lives, he's a perfect example of what happens when you go up against Arya.
Why come to me? Arya's usual muscle not up for the job?
Because Arya said so. What other reason do you need?
People like Arya don't do things without a damn good reason. I want to hear it.
Fine, but I didn't tell you this. Got me? If it gets out that Arya's protecting Patriarch, well, that can look like a weakness. And some people might want to exploit that. You're not on her payroll, so you helping Patriarch just seems like a random act of kindness.
Sure.
I'll look into it.
Good. Patriarch's downstairs, likely surrounded by his fans. Get him into hiding until the mercs move on. Come back here when it's done, and you'll get your due.
I'll be back when the job is done.
Good luck.
Wonder what she's gonna think that they're planning to.
You want to talk? Talk to Arya.
Right now. Let's talk to Arya. Hello.
What do you need?
This data pad was on one of the mercs that was after Archangel. They were coming for you next.
Let me see. Interesting. Would someone like to tell me how this information slipped the net?
I'll look into it.
Thanks for the heads up, Shepard. Looks like I'll have to do a little cleaning in my organization.
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later.
You do that.
Okay. With a bit of experience. Sweet. took the leaders down, right?
Hello again, Commander.
I have to go.
Of course. You must have more important things to do.
She's not convincing me. It's very hard to give up that kind of empowerment feeling, you know? This is stealing and stuff. And some patriot.
You again. Greetings.
Some people want you dead. I've been asked to move you to safety.
Well, of course. Arya wouldn't want me hurt. It would make her look bad. Perhaps Arya's reputation is no longer my concern. Perhaps I will stay. See who thinks me important enough to kill.
Here's an idea. Let me handle the assassins for you.
And so your name grows, while I remain an old man who lets others fight his battle.
No. You remain a powerful warlord with forces at his command. Not just Arya's trophy.
Well, you could be my Trent, fighting for my honor. If you would do this for me, I would be grateful. I might even be a Krogan again.
He sounds like Liam Neeson a little bit. I'll find you. Yes, that same. Okay. Wait a second. Find the thugs. Okay. In or near?
Out of our way, human.
You here from Patriarch?
What if we are? You gonna do something about it?
Patriarch sent us. Said to do whatever it takes.
Your Patriarch's Grant? I wasn't aware the old man had one.
You should have done your homework.
Killed them all. And everyone knows that the Patriarch is not to be crossed. Thanks to you, Arya may think of me as more than a trophy. A real advisor, maybe. Or even a threat.
Take care, Patriarch.
For the first time, I like that name. By the way, be careful with Arya. She will approve of what you've done, I think. But not of you altering the balance of Omega. I think it reminds her too much of herself.
Power dynamics. People sometimes are exhausting. What's up, Riz?
Arya wants to speak with you. She heard you took on the Blood Pack assassins yourself. I wouldn't keep her waiting.
Hello?
Word has it that Patriarch's Krant took out the men sent here to kill him. Funny, I didn't know he had a Krant.
Patriarch has more influence than you thought.
I see. Well, maybe I should watch my back then. It's not what I asked, but you got the job done. You've done a lot for me, Shepard. Let me return the favor. We're sending your coordinates to a cache on an uncharted world. You want it? It's yours.
I'm not looking for payment from you.
Look at you. So proud. Whatever you find is yours to deal with.
Sounds like you and Patriarch have a history.
Our history is Omega's history. Long, bloody, and always ending in my favor. The details are complicated. When I arrived, Omega was lawless, a land of opportunity. I built alliances and destroyed the fools who wouldn't get in line, which was most of them. But Patriarch was something different. A powerful friend.
I'm surprised you were ever anything but rivals.
We were allies for 100 years. I suppose he decided that was long enough. Wasn't a surprise when he turned. He controlled the muscle, my people contributed more subtle action. Espionage, politics, assassination. Fortunately for me, his men had become accustomed to certain benefits of working with Asari.
Superior intel? Assassination?
That's cute. No, I took advantage of certain skills my people try to downplay. Patriarch's men abandoned him in droves. In the end, we fought face to face on this very spot.
Man.
Toughest fight of my life. But of course I won.
I'll be back to finish the combo in a little bit. Take time to hydrate, eat, bathroom break. Hello. We are back. We are back. We are back in the afterlife. Oop. We are back with Aria. We are back. We are back. We are back with Aria. There we go. Oh, wait.
Interesting, but let's move on.
Do you need something else?
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later.
Why don't you find a nice girl to keep you warm in the meantime? You look like you need to loosen up a little.
Thank you. I understand, but no thank you. Need to find Liara.
Come on, let me in.
Weapon upgrade. This one seems really good and we'll need it so badly. So maybe instead of buying it, we could find it.
Is expected to open next year once the area is declared safe for visitors. Admiral Stephen Hackett will preside.
Could we not? Già tutta, bravissima. Tutta a posto, vieni qua, vieni. Bravissima, hai vinto tutta. Brava. Bravissima, brava. Hai vinto tutta, vieni. Vieni. Papà, vieni. Hai vinto tutta. Bravissima. Bravissima. Tutta a posto, vieni. Yeah. Bravissima. Ha mangiato tutto. Ha mangiato tutto. Bravissima. Bravissima. We could buy this one. Although, I don't really need it. I don't need too much of it, right? Shock damage. Seems to be... Because I don't want to use... I don't know... like, how much credits do you actually need?
End is not.
And did you check? Oh. It's private residence. It's gotta be a mission.
End is not.
Yeah. Do we want to know? The Vorchak to something. Trying to be up to something. Damn it. We're venturing off to new worlds. Yeah. Venturing off to new codex. Okay. Yay. Venturing off to new world. We'll explore Normandy's crash site. Wanna do that? I wanna do that. Yes, please. What must really jump? What does that mean? Whoa. so many star systems. Okay. We got 2, 4, 5 planets. Let's start from here. Engana. Engana is a hot, beautiful, and deadly world, covered by the debris of ancient starships. Approximately 127,000 years ago, a series of battles were fought over it by 2 organic species, the Thoihan and the Inusanon. Although no records of the conflict remain, most historians agree that both races wanted to colonize Engana, and neither were willing to share. The 2 lost hundreds of ships in a series of battles over Engana and its moon, Baraya. Many of these were eventually pulled in by the planet's gravity well. The massified drive cores of these ships broke apart, dumping refined element zero over large stretches of landscape. This poisoned the environment, and a wave of extinctions followed. Many of the animal species that remained showed a tendency to develop biotic powers. As the ecology of Engana is energetic and aggressive, this makes colonization a deadly peril. Orbital distance 5.3 AU, orbital period 12.2 Earth years, radius 5,733 kilometers, day length 20.8 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.84 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 36 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 0.86 G. Let's look for these kinds first.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Whoa.
Probe away. Launching probe.
I mean, how am I gonna research all these planets with 30 probes? Like, it's just not feasible. It's just not feasible.
Launching probe. In research projects, Element Zero is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
Nice.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe.
So much to gather.
Launching probe.
Maybe there's another one that's like... Oh.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
Probes. We already need more probes, man.
Probe away.
I mean, I used half of my probes on this planet. I'm not gonna make it. Takan. Orbiting closest to the F-class star Amada, Takan is a blistering sun-blasted hell. Neither its carbon dioxide atmosphere nor its weak magnetic field provides any protection from the star's harsh radiation. Fortunately, Takan has a few significant resources, and is only notable for an unusual purple desert in the southern hemisphere, thought to be the result of eroded spessartite, Orbital distance 1.2 AU, orbital period 1 year, radius 4,312 kilometers, day length 45.8 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.49 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 286 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 0.5 G. Let's go search for resources.
Probe away. Probe away.
Okay, maybe we can't get by. Let's search only for the high.
Probe launched.
Let's search only for the high things.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
Whoa. Okay. We used too many. Used too many, huh? Because we need the probe to land, right? Karora. Karora is essentially a great rock in space tidally locked to a matter. Its only notable feature is a chain of craters stitching across the northern hemisphere, thought to be the result of impacts by a swarm of meteors. Karora's low density suggests it contains no more wealth beyond common light metals. It maintains a tenuous atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Orbital distance 2.4 AU, orbital period 2.9 Earth years, radius 2,446 kilometers, day length 63.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.14 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 99 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 0.20 G. Okay, moderate. Can we get by and do only?
Probe away.
Get by on do.
Probe launched.
Maybe we can. Maybe we can get by with only a few probes.
Launching probe. Probe away.
It's way too many.
Probe away.
We need at least one probe, huh? We need at least one probe.
Probe launched.
Okay. Man, we're gonna have to leave that behind, huh?
I have detected an anomaly.
Alkira's crust is composed of carbon and water ice. While low density, its large size allows it to retain a thick atmosphere of methane and ammonia. It is believed that if Alkira had acquired a bit more mass when the Star System formed, it would have formed the core of a second outer system gas giant. Alkira has 3 moons, Uluru, Wandigina, and Bayame. Orbital distance 9.5 AU. Orbiter period 29.4 Earth years. Radius 9,229 kilometers. Day length 59.2 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.83 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature minus 22 degrees Celsius. Surface gravity 0.85 G.
Probe launched. Scans have found something.
Anomaly detected. Scans confirm the wreckage of SSV Normandy on the planet's surface. No life sign of mechanical activity detected. Stable landing zone located amid the craft mount. Land. We need to go. We have more probes. Was there an upgrade for probes? I don't know. Was there? We ain't got the Mako in this one. Just got the It's tough, isn't it? Look at the Mako. Oh man. Is he alone? No. He's alone. He seems to be alone. Dog tag. It seems weird, right, that it was over there. That's the only reason why I that it was a fragile thing. Another doctor. Press B to place the monument. Was this a low part of the ship? Doctor. Yelling say we can place the monument here. Let's keep looking. There's a doctor. Memories. Mordin of Flan. That's the moment there. Actor Emerson. Fragile crates. Okay. Marcus Griego. Wabiri. Nangira Raman. Charleston Fox. Must be tough. Soldier compartmentalize all this. Jamin Bakari. I guess having a mission kind of keeps you going, huh? Like having something to do distracts you from all that. All the crazy stuff, huh? Most likely. Silas Crosby. Having time like to revisit everything. It's tough. It's tough, huh? Yeah. I think that she should be the monument where the galaxy map is to the main dock. And isn't Chase. Yeah. Spoke to the commander about this. All these damn aliens aboard the Alliance's most advanced ship. I don't trust them. That damn Asari, an Aquarian. What does Shepard think this is, a zoo? With the Aquarian, it seems she's on some kind of pilgrimage trying to improve the lot of her own ship. Can understand that. I would babysit my children or anything, but if she has to be on board, I suppose it's not too bad. For a while now, and I'm taking a look back at past entries in this journal, how blind I was at the time. I came on this ship firmly believing humanity was on its own in the galaxy. Shepard brought all these damn aliens on board. There's no way we could have accomplished what we did without them. I'm proud to say, die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. Hey, character arc. Character arc. He outgrew his beliefs, his previous beliefs. That's good enough. That's good enough, yeah. Wait, I'm missing a lot of lockdowns. Whoa. And 7 helmets. Where are all the dock tags? Wait. Find a lost crew. Okay. Yes. I'm missing an area, aren't I? How are the dock tags? SS. I see an area. Oh, whoa. Reventalita. Joka. How many are we at? Oh. Caroline Granada. 16. Okay, we're missing a few. Rosamund Draven. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Oh man, the monument in front of that would be cool. Yeesh. Okay. The monument in front of that would be cool. So cool. Look at that. Abhishek Bhakti. So I'm missing 2. This way. Let's try to take different paths through things. Maybe I'll see things that were there before. Oh, there you go. Find them and see what. Stones. Harvey J. Gladstone. Okay. We're missing one. One doctor. Just let's look around. Let's look around. Where could it be? Not going. A beautiful map. Okay, let's try. It's probably in a different angle or something. Oh, there it is. Hey. Monica Nicolescu. Got all of them, right? Yes. Got all of them. Rest in peace, Normandy. Rest in peace. Monument has been placed, the resting place of SSV Normandy on Rakira, and the families of all missing crew members have been notified of their ultimate sacrifice. Shepard's lost N7 helmet was recovered. Some experience, Alliance funding, 3,750. 287. Was there something else that could have been found? Or was it just the unsewn helmet? Just the unsewn helmet, right?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Gathered. Take care of Garrus. Nala Butler. Commander Shepard, my husband was one of the men serving on Garrus's team. I don't know how much Garrus talked to you about what happened. I don't know the specifics myself, only that my husband died in a trap set by those bastards' gangs. I know Garrus blames himself. He took every shot fired at his squad as a failure on his part. And it was clear when he sent me the message about my husband that he thinks it was his fault. My husband would never have wanted that. He was proud of the work he did on Garrus' squad. He was taking back Omega from the gangs. He died fighting with honor. I miss him. God, I'd give anything to get him back, but whatever happened there wasn't Garrus' fault. You're his commander now. Please, if you can, help him stop blaming himself. And please don't tell him that I sent you this. Thank you. Nala Butler. Takes a lot to send a message like that. Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf. Okay, a lot of heavy stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's say I'm gonna use the mining probes on here. And we'll use their main probes on here.
Probe away. Launching probe.
I'm gonna have to come back. Recruit the convict. Should I go on recruiting and then do a little bit of exploration and come back? There's so much to explore in the nebula. Holy moly. The Phoenix Massa, Project Overlord. Should we get the people here? Should we get the rest of the people? I kinda wanna go to the Citadel, honestly. Should I get Jack? Let's get Jack. Secure small of the cargo. Oh, we can do that too. Okay. Let's get some Holocron. Holocron Sky Harvest is a standard gas giant composed of hydrogen and helium. The spacefarers from Erinoa gather helium-3 from here rather than Orunmila, and its atmosphere is much more predictable. Orbital distance 6.0 AU, orbital period 14.7 Earth years, radius 64,718 kilometers, day length 11.9 Earth hours. Let's see what we can find. So I should just get the highest peaks.
Probe launched.
Got it. Only the highest peaks. Oh, I think this one.
Launching probe.
Only the highest peaks.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away.
Yes. Beautiful creatures. Okay. Searching for... Oh, okay, the mass relay has its own orbit. Okay. Right? That's... No. There should be one right here. But there isn't. No. There's only the mass relay. I don't know. Orunmila. A medium-sized gas giant Orunmila is close enough to its parent star to suffer massive changes in temperature during its day and night periods. This leads to powerful convection currents and storms throughout its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Gathering helium-3 to refuel is possible for the hardest of exploration craft, but lesser ships are nearly always lost in the attempt. Orunmila is within the frost line of its solar system, where icy-cored gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, it is believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star's gravity. Man, science and star stuff is so fascinating.
Launching probe.
We understand so much, yet so little.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe.
Nice. Let's get some more probes. Erinla is a garden world in its last stages of habitability. While its soil still supports agriculture, its animal biodiversity has fallen to record lows, and the most successful remaining life is toxic blue-green algae and insect-like pest species. It's kind of like where we're at. It's one of our options. A large Salarian colony is trying to restore biodiversity to the planet, but setbacks are a fact of life. Mineral and fuel mining remains lucrative, however, and the area has a thriving spaceport that refuels many ships passing into the terminus systems. Orbital distance 0.95 AU, orbital period 0.9 Earth years, radius 6,711 kilometers, day length 32.4 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1.1 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 32 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 1.1 G. Ooh.
Launching probe.
It's got some LN0.
Probe away. Probe away.
That's some good spikes.
Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
So many resources over here.
Probe launched. Probe away.
Just take them. You can just take all the resources. I mean, I would think that habitable planet they would have already taken most of the resources now.
Probe launched.
I'm probably missing like a spike or something. Is that it?
Launching probe.
US now.
Probe away.
And man zero.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away.
That's very cool. And prison ship. Owned by the notorious Blue Suns mercenary company, the Purgatory was once an ark ship used to hold agricultural animals. Now it is used to hold prisoners, whether taken in battle or stored by unscrupulous politicians under the name of subcontracting and outsourcing. Rumors about that the Blue Suns turn skilled or fit prisoners over to Batarian slavers. But few have ever seen the transaction and lived to tell about it. Its population is listed at 4,350, but independent journalists estimate it is nearly 3 times that in periods of overcrowding. Wow. Overcrowding. I feel Zahid could be a good thing here. And maybe Miranda or Jacob. Miranda? Look at that. Blue Suns. Let's go. Hello. Hello, sir.
Welcome to the Purgatory, Shepard. Your package is being prepped and you can claim it shortly. As this is a high-security vessel, you'll need to relinquish your weapons before we proceed.
No.
I can't do that.
Everyone stand down. Commander, I'm Warden Kirill, and this is my ship. Your weapons will be returned on the way out. You must realize this is just a standard procedure.
It's my standard procedure to keep my gun.
Let them proceed. Our facility is more than secure enough to handle 3 armed guests. We're bringing Jack out of cryo. As soon as the funds clear, you can be on your way. If you'll follow me to out-processing for the pickup, Commander.
Let's go.
Cell Block 2. As you can see, we keep tight control over the population. Each prisoner's cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown a few out the airlocks as an example. The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks identical to this one. We house thousands of criminals. We can put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice. Nothing goes wrong here.
Can you tell me about Jack?
Cerberus hasn't told you? Jack is the meanest handful of violence and hate I've ever encountered. Dangerous, crazy, and very powerful. You'll see soon enough.
How'd you end up running this ship?
I was in law enforcement on Palaven and got sick of seeing criminals escape out into the galaxy to carry on with their crimes. Bounty hunters aren't dependable.
You're not hiring the right ones.
Eventually I hit upon this idea. Keep the criminals in space and the galaxy is a safer place.
You do this because you think it's necessary?
Every day I see the worst sapient life has to offer. Governments are soft, unwilling to make the hard choices. Someone had to stand up and make the galaxy safe.
Maintaining a population this size in space can't be cheap.
We can cut corners that governments can't, and each prisoner brings in a fee from his homeworld. These individuals are violent, and their home planets pay well to keep them here.
Right.
What happens if the homeworld doesn't want to pay?
We explain that we can't maintain the prisoner without their help, so we'll be forced to release him back onto his homeworld at an unspecified place and time.
So it's an extortion racket.
You don't have to agree with my methods, but don't question my motives. These are despicable people, and I'm keeping them locked up.
Right.
Let's get on with this.
Anyone ever tried to escape?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme caution. These are dangerous individuals. We have many ways to control the population. I'm going to confirm that the funds from Cerberus cleared. Out processing is straight down this hallway. Just keep going past the interrogation rooms and the Supermax wing.
Supermax wing.
I'll catch up with you later, Shepard.
Something tells me something's gonna go wrong.
Is there something I can do for you?
There's no excuse for beating a prisoner who can't fight back.
This is a massage compared to what his victims went through.
This degrades you as much as him.
We have orders.
You're not important enough to make your own decisions?
I admit, I sometimes get tired of this. Does this really get us anything useful?
Stop this. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. Call it off. At least for now.
Jeez.
Your package will be in out processing just down the...
Hey guys, over here! If you're buying prisoners, can you buy me? Man, I don't care where you take me or what you do to me. It's gotta be better than this.
We're here for Jack.
Jack? Forget what I just said. I don't want to go nowhere with you.
I thought this ship was a prison, not a market.
Sometimes people buy cons so they can do some punishing of their own, if you understand. Warden sells us to whoever can pay enough.
Whoa.
Why are they interrogating that prisoner? He knows something?
Nah, that's business.
Trafficking.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
He offed someone in the showers yesterday, I think. Guy he killed was worth a lot to the warden. Yeah. Sucks to be Bimmy right now.
They're going at it pretty hard. Do they ever kill prisoners by accident?
I haven't heard of anyone dying. Warden can't make money off us if we're dead. Funny thing, though. The more a guard does it, the meaner he gets. So they rotate him through.
Yeah.
So, what are you in for?
I killed a few people. Only about 20 or so. And I blew up that one habitat. Small time compared to most of the guys here.
Tell me more about Jack.
The worst trouble you ever saw. Mixed with some crazy and way too much biotic power. That's all I'm saying.
Sheesh.
What's it like here?
Bad. And you gotta watch out. Damn, but someone's always after your stuff. Your smokes, clothes, your pride. I haven't taken a shower in 3 months.
I should go.
Wish I could go.
Bad sanitary conditions.
I hear the screaming in my head. It's night. Yeah.
Oh, Lord Almighty. This is where I need to go.
Now processing's through the door on the far side of the room.
Okay. Oh, what's this way?
This is the Supermax wing. It's off limits. Out processing is back down the hall on your right. They'll bring your package there after the cryo thaw is finished.
Supermax. Wait, so that person who killed 20 and Habitat is not Supermax worthy. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer.
Oh gosh.
Drop your weapons and proceed into this open cell. You will not be harmed.
You talked up your noble intentions with this prison, but it turns out you're a criminal like the rest.
Activate systems.
Heads up.
Oh, is it candidate? Are you serious?
Sit down! This'll put him down!
scramble that system. One left.
Get down! Here we go.
Not a problem. Affirmative. Night, night. One left.
Get down! Loud and clear. Let's get Jack out of the freezer.
Hostiles. Easy enough.
That was... You're too cute, Mackies. To be baddies. Okay.
Right behind you.
This'll put him down!
I'm on it.
Get down! You got it.
Easy enough.
That is good. Gonna get you, Jack.
Shepard is on the loose. Repeat, Shepard is loose. Get me down here.
Gonna get you, Jack. We're gonna get you. Gonna get you, Jack. We're gonna get you.
If we hack that control, every door on the cell block opens.
It's the only way.
I'm doing it. Be ready.
All of them?
Wait. That's Jack?
Feminine rage. Trauma rage. Being locked up rage.
They're going to kill her. Let's move.
You sure she needs our help? Yeah, that's good.
Warning. Sounds like heavy fight.
Oh, Lord.
This might be useful.
All guards, restore order. Lethal force authorized. But don't kill Jack. Text, lockdown, lockdown.
Gotcha.
With you.
Sectors 7, 9, and 11 have lost life support. No survivors.
Ooh, we're going to straight up press him, huh? Shooting mad. Shooting mad.
All prisoners, return to your cells immediately, or I'll open every airlock on this ship!
Firing an impact shot!
Attacking hit. V-Mech.
Push you.
Critical failure.
Lock and load.
Sheesh. Why did you drop down like that, guys? Why did you drop down like that? Fully exposed.
Warning. Power plant damage.
Shepard, the Warden has locked down the area behind you. You must find another exit route.
This guard got swarmed by prisoners with improvised weapons. He never had a chance.
Data bad. Data bad.
Lockdown in blocks 4, 7, and 8!
Here we go. Not a problem.
No survivors.
Advance.
Lead the way.
Advance.
Be right there.
Yeah.
We got company. Firing Kentucky shot. Taking position. Anyone else?
Too many. Way too many. Just right in the middle of that. Right in the middle of that. No cover, nothing. That was too much. Oh, that was
Lockdown in blocks 4, 7, and 8.
Understood.
Firing an impact shot. Got it.
Gotcha.
I need cover.
You bet.
The hull has been breached in sectors 12, 14, and 30. No survivors.
Be right there. Affirmative. 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 I'm on it. Overloading them. Very nice.
It's not up. That means there's other enemies.
With you.
Zahid, please get up. Please get up.
Understood. Right behind you.
behind you.
You got it.
Not a problem. Here we go. Not a problem. Taking the heavy lift. On it. Firing now.
Heads up!
It's pretty tough, man.
After you.
Right behind you. Now let's finish you off.
This'll put him down.
Let's go.
Heads up.
Here we go.
Be right there.
Oh shit.
Got it.
You bet.
Concentrate fire!
You bet. Here we go.
Lock and load. Anyone else want some? Here we go.
Who's Miranda? Who's Miranda? Oh boy. These guys are strong. One more. There you go. Didn't think he was still up. Wait, is Miranda gonna get out? Miranda.
On my way. Right between the eyes.
We done? Okay, for now we're done. Okay, let's go for stuff to collect. Ooh.
Find Jack! Full alert! Find Jack!
Well, you made this mess. You could have just given us Jack, huh? But no.
All guards to cell block 1!
You're valuable, Shepard. I could have sold you and lived like a king. But you're too much trouble. At least I can recapture Jack.
Not happening. You're a two-bit slave trader, and I don't have time for it.
I do the hard things civil governments are unwilling to. This is for the good of the galaxy.
Engaging hostile! Taking cover!
He goes.
You go.
Moving. Right behind you. With you. Easy enough. This should scramble their system.
Cerberus.
Jack is not defined.
What the hell do you want?
You're in a bad situation, and I'm gonna get you out of here.
Shit, you sound like a pussy. I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
Why does it matter if I'm with Cerberus?
They've been on my ass for years. Anytime I get free, they put a huge bounty on me. That's why Warden Curel figured he'd struck gold when he caught me.
She's destroyed Cerberus property and killed Cerberus people. Hence the bounty.
You die first.
I'm here to ask for your help.
You show up in a Cerberus frigate to take me away somewhere? You think I'm stupid?
This ship is going down in flames. We can get you to safety, and we're asking for your help.
We could just knock her out and take her.
I'd like to see you try.
We're not gonna attack her.
Good move. Look, you want me to come with you? Make it worth my while.
Join my team, and I'll do what I can for you.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I bet your ship's got lots of Cerberus databases. I want to look at those files, see what Cerberus has got on me. You want me on your team? Let me go through those databases.
Sure.
I'll give you full access.
Shepard, you're not authorized to do that.
Oh, it upsets the cheerleader. Even better. You better be straight up with me. So why the hell are we standing here?
Move up.
Ooh. You okay? You okay? We got Jack. got check on that team. I see. You got check on that team. Beautiful princess. Recruited prisoner known as Jack for the team. Purgatory betrayal of Shepard unacceptable. Fortunately, was able to reverse credit transfer. May have to take steps against Blue Suns to demonstrate consequences of interference. Ablative VI. Shotgun damage. Credits 15,000 from Cerberus and 15,000 found. 510. We got the convict. We got the convict.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command. On this ship, we follow orders.
Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of our deal.
Miranda will let you into the system. Let me know what you find.
Hear that, Precious? We're going to be friends. You, me, and every embarrassing little secret. I'll be reading down in the hold, or somewhere near the bottom. I don't like a lot of through traffic. Keep your people off me. Better that way.
She brings out the fun energy. Oh boy. She brings up the fun energy. Shotgun damage. Yeah, synchronized pulsar. Weapon damage increases damage by plus 10%. Improves shotguns, heavy shotguns, and assault shotguns for your entire squad. This upgrade improves the weapon's mass effect field generator, increases the mass and acceleration of each round fired. Damage protection. Shield upgrade. Squad bonus plus 10% to shields, barriers, and armor. This comprehensive systems upgrade offers improved protection from all squad members, regardless of team members' individual defensive strategy. Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna for this. Yes. Normandy weapon upgrade. The Turian design Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic cannon is now installed on the Normandy. This cannon is powerful enough to destroy a collector ship with repeated hits. Collector kit and armor. This is a good armor. Cerberus adapted this suit for you out of salvaged collector technology. The collector's chitinous armor is flexible and even tougher than ballistic fibers. Its organic construction allows it to be self-healing, and the muscle-like tissue that assists movement ensures it is comfortable to wear despite its weight. It's pretty good. Codex.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
Oh, you can. Whoa. Prototypes. Mordin ME2. Squad member upgrade. Mordin gets plus 20% technical power damage. Mordin built his own Omnitool and can take significant upgrades given the proper materials.
Shepard, how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Perhaps later. Trying to determine how Scale Itch got onto Normandy. Sexually transmitted disease only carried by Varen. Implications unpleasant. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Do you wanna know? Do we wanna know? Do we wanna know?
Commander, can I help you with something?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
We've got the best armor available. The rest is outside my expertise, Commander.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
If Mordin's modifications hold up, we've got a shot. Anything else, Commander?
We'll talk
Commander.
Shoot. 180. Got Dr. Joker, yes.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright. Thanks. From Talitha. Shepard, I don't know if you remember me. I had a gun and you stopped me from hurting myself. My doctors say I'm doing better. Oh, one of them works with the people you work for. He told me he could get a message to you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't talked to me that day, but the doctors are helping me. I am getting better. They put me in a special school, and they say I'm doing good. The doctors say that other people are getting taken like I was. Hope you can help them like you helped me. Ooh. Ooh.
Jack's tattoos are beautiful. As colorful as her past, I'm sure. I have concerns with her temper, though.
You have worries about Jack?
I know she'll be solid under fire, but her attitude suggests deep personal issues. She pushes people away, yet approaches sex casually. I don't think she understands her own motivations. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes advances on you. If you want her respect, think twice.
I'll do my best not to piss her off.
Please warn me if you fail. I want a chance to hide. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Sure.
Hadley, I heard about Ferris Fields. Any news on your brother?
He's gone. They're all gone. But we'll get them back.
Shepard and Lawson are on it. We'll get your brother back. And make sure the Collectors pay for taking him.
The stakes are high. The stakes are high.
Okay, Shepard. Glad you're back, but keep an eye on that last one. We can only hold so much crazy.
I assume everything is going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You okay?
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
Harmless self-promotion. Edie can ease off on that.
Very well, Shepard.
Yeah, go pout. I win.
Joker.
Right. No hard feelings. Good game.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Zaid is like you, but takes checks. As long as it's not my money, we're good. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
That's all for now.
Mark on 2, clear?
Alright. Let's go downstairs. Downstairs. I'll talk with everybody. So I'm gonna leave early today. Yeah. I'll probably leave early today. Gotta chit chat with Jack. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's eavesdrop on the house here. Continue.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
Oh, yes. Advanced mural scanner. The I-Android Group's proprietary Argus planet scan technology has been integrated into the ship's systems. This will greatly speed up the planet scanning process. Oh, heck.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Man, so many good actors. So many really good actors did mocap and voiceover.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
My current upgrades are working pretty well. That's about the best I can do.
Have the Cerberus crewmen given you any trouble?
I think being part of the team that took down Saren got me some points. Everyone I talked to was polite anyway. Don't worry, Commander. We're all working together.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Aye. Not too much, not too overchat. I missed it. Can she give me some news about Jack, maybe?
How may I help you, Commander?
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Yeah. Gotta wake up the entire crew on him. Okay, I wanna do another mission. I feel like I'm gonna finish too late. Yeah. I should have stopped, because...
Garrus put some crazy tech into the main guns. It's almost doubled their power draw.
They seem pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few tweaks to the forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line.
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck.
That's all for now.
Back for another lesson.
Okay, that's a hit. We got a lot, right? Let's go talk to Jack. What's up, Jack?
Hey.
What do you think of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a Cerberus bitch. Knew that before she opened her mouth.
I picked up a lot of resources. Can you use them to help against the collectors?
I ran across the schematics for making L5X implants. Still got them in my head. You want to know what I need? Not usually my thing, but I've learned how to get things done on my own.
Oh, there you go. Multi-core implants. Squad member upgrade. Jack gets plus 20% biotic damage. Jack's vital signs show progressive neurodegeneration, which would normally decrease her potential ability to generate mass effect fields. Instead, her ability appears to be increasing. Replacing the power module in her bioamp with a higher capacity prototype module would dramatically increase the strength of Jack's biotics.
Hey.
What do you think of our mission?
I don't care. I'm out to survive it, then cut loose.
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm still finding out about me. Thanks for letting me look at these files.
If they're helping you, that's good enough for me.
Don't be my buddy. You need me to kill for you, I need you for these files. Let's leave it there. Your friends at Cerberus are into some nasty things. I'm gonna find something I can use. I just know it.
What if the answers aren't what you expect?
I'm not looking for answers. I'm looking for names, dates, places.
What happens when you find what you're looking for?
I go hunting. Anyone who's screwed with me pays. Their associates pay. Their friends pay. The galaxy's gonna be a lot emptier when I'm done.
What's your history with Cerberus?
They raised me in a research facility. I escaped when I was a kid. Been on the run ever since. And they've been chasing me ever since. But soon, I'm gonna chase them.
You don't have to live in this pit, you know.
It's dark, quiet, and hard to find. That spells safety to me.
It's a common trait, too.
You know, this ship is a powerhouse. You could go pirate.
Live like a king.
I could help.
We have to stop the collectors. I don't have time for piracy.
When this is done, we'll either be dead or out here in space with this ship.
The harness doesn't seem safe at all.
Think about it.
Just
Lots
say.
of creds. Freedom to go wherever you want. And all the mayhem and fighting I could want.
What is it about killing that fascinates you so much?
I figure every time someone dies and it's not me, my chances of survival go up. Simple.
I should go.
Self-preservation. Pretending to this persona's enjoyment of violence. Abuse, abuse, abuse. Let's see. Maybe go find someplace. We go get the cash. Wait, what do you mean unexplored? Huh? What do you mean unexplored? I didn't explore this. Explore. Well, we're gonna be here next time. We're gonna leave a little early today because we need to rest. Need to rest. We need to rest. But maybe if I feel good enough, I might come back with some multiplayer stuff. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Until then, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you survived this. Two savages. One savage and a half. We're tired. I hope you're not. But if you are, I hope you get some good rest. As usual, I hope you have food, water, roof over your head, a stable environment, a safe space. That you're learning something new every day about yourself and or the world around you, us, around us. And we'll see you next time with our Mass Effect journey. Bye bye. You say bye bye?